Hey guys, it is almost midnight here in New Zealand, and I am having a fucking Twitter discussion with someone. This is why it's taken me years since Twitter was created to get on Twitter and actually use it on a regular basis. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I've been trying to use it on a consistent basis, and I've already sort of arguing with someone. So, Gossip Girl is trending here in New Zealand on Netflix. And it's really upsetting because of the two accusations against Ed Westwick for rape and the fact that people are still supporting a show that he is making money off of still. Like, it is in syndication, Netflix. Like, he's getting paid when people watch Netflix just like he would if you watched an episode on a syndicated channel. And I'm at war with this person because I posted a picture of the fact that it was trending and that I was upset that people were supporting it. And they're like, is the show not good anymore just because of the accusations against him? It's not about whether the show's good or not. It's about not increasing someone's bank account that has accusations of rape against them and continuing to perpetuate rape culture. Okay? And when I said that by continuing to support his work, you are perpetuating that and you are believing the accused over the victim. She's like, it's not about believing the accused over the victim. It's about not ruining someone's life about an accusation. It's two accusations, okay? And it's only been a few days. I'm sure in a week or two or a month that it'll be just like Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, where there's like fucking 10 accusations. I didn't say that to her because I'm really I was a fan of Ed Westwick, so I'm kind of like, I would be okay if it turned out these accusations were false, but I don't want them to be false because that would mean that these women are hurting the cause. You should never hope that it's false, even though that's what we do as human beings because we don't want to believe that someone can do something so horrendous to someone. And it's why women don't report rape because they figure they're not going to be believed because it's always innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty when it's multiple accusations. I just am upset that I am trying to write this travel blog and I just got into this Twitter thing, feud, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just so angry. I'm like, how can you watch something like that? Like, how does it not flash in your head every time that you watch something like that, that someone got raped by that person? Literally, every time I see his face now, I imagine her story instead of what I'm actually watching. And the very first season, he tries to rape multiple women. Multiples. And it is literally the woman he ends up with at the end of the show, like his character, references the fact that that's just who he is. As in, he's probably actually, like, raped someone. Like, his character raped someone on the show. So, like, when someone's being accused of that and you're watching a show where they're actually doing it, like, how do you not just flash as, like, and imagine what it would be like to be those women that are accusing him? And, like, I don't, like, if he's innocent, I don't want his life to be ruined. But at the same time, until it's proven that he's innocent, I'm not supporting his work. I'm not helping his bank account get larger. I will fully 100% be on the side of the victim. unless it's proven that he's innocent, without a doubt. Because even if there's any doubt, I can't watch it. Like, I just don't understand how people can continue to watch these things when they know these things about people. Like, one of my favorite movies is Jeepers Creepers. I have been waiting 15 years, possibly more, for this third Jeepers Creepers to come out. But I just found out this year that the creator of Jeepers Creepers is a pedophile. Well, can't watch the original, can't watch the sequel, definitely can't watch this new one that I've been waiting 15 years for. I have been anticipating it. I've been waiting for it, hoping for this movie to come out. And it's finally gonna come out. And this bomb just hit. And there's gonna be millions of people that are still gonna go see this third movie. And I just don't understand how you can go see this third movie. I apologize that this is moving a lot, but I didn't have time to get my stand because I'm just so annoyed I had to film it now. Anyways, I just don't I just can't comprehend the way these people can still watch it. Like, just think about this person has ruined other people's lives. Like, you don't want to ruin his life, but if he did this, he ruined someone else's life. So, like, you don't want to ruin his life on an accusation, but when it's proven guilty, he ruined these people's lives. Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, Brett Ratner. I can't. I just can't. I just don't understand how, it just flashes in my mind. And it might not even be maybe it's because you weren't directly affected by rape in some way, like someone close to you. You don't know about someone close to you getting hurt, or you weren't around someone when it happened to them, like you found out about it years later, or so you didn't see the changes from what they were before to what they became afterwards. So it's harder for you to comprehend what the victim's going through. I personally have never been extremely harassed or men have tried to manipulate me into sex when I haven't wanted to have sex with them, like peer pressure. But that's the worst I've ever had. I've never had someone like what happened to the girl from Juno in X-Men: The Last Stand. I've never had something like that. I've never had someone in a work environment try to force themselves on me. But I have known people who have been directly affected by it. And when someone tells you their story, for me anyways, I just pictured the worst scene from a movie that I've ever seen that had a rape scene in it or a pedophile in it. And it broke me for them. It broke me. I just don't understand why it's even a discussion. It really, our rape culture is just so effed up. It's just so wrong that we have this believe the accused over the victim automatic response. Even myself, I have to catch myself. Because like I said, I loved Ed Westwick. The first time he ever said I'm Chuck Bass. I was like, this man, I'm obsessed. I have to watch everything he does. He's so sexy. And he was like, I'm Chuck Bass. Chuck Bass is a rapist. And I still, like, there was just something about his character that I was attracted to. And sorry, I just like, so I just feel like I understand it. Like, I don't hate people when they say these things. It makes me angry and frustrated. And I feel like I shouldn't have to explain it to you because I'm able to catch myself. But at the same time, I understand that not everyone is able to do that. Because, like, my first response when the first accusation came out, I read her whole Facebook post for Ed Westwick. I read the whole thing. And my thought was, why didn't she name the producer? She talks about how she was dating this producer, and he took her to Ed Westwick's house, and he talked her into staying after Ed made her uncomfortable. And he was still in the house when the rape occurred, but she never names him. Why is it only this famous person, this really famous actor that she's naming? Like, this producer she dated isn't super famous. Like, maybe it is fake. Like, it's just a hole that you're not naming this guy when he's just as guilty as Ed. And I was poking holes in her story because I also thought, like, it's very convenient that she has these holes in her story and she's coming out at the same time as all these other accusations about all these other Hollywood producers and that, and she's the first one to come out. So maybe I'll just see if more people, maybe I'll just see, maybe she'll be the only one. Maybe she's just using it because she's a failed actress, you know. And I had to catch myself. why are you why are you questioning her? She's a victim. Like, this must have been so hard for her. What you're doing right now is exactly why these women don't come forward. Like, what you're thinking is that she's lying, and this is why they don't come forward. And I had to catch myself and I had to backtrack. Because you should trust the victim. Especially when you know the stats of how many women get raped, get sexually harassed, get abused, verbally or violently abused. And you know the stats of how many women will admit to this abuse, this treatment, when it's a private survey and it's not going to name names and they don't actually have to go through a trial and this and that. That protects them. They don't have to go through being called a liar, being called a slut, being called this, being called that. And they're honest because they don't have to actually go through the struggle of actually talking about it, of facing their accused and the person they're accusing. And it's so high, but only like an eighth of that percentage. I don't know the exact stats. It's been a while since I've actually read the stats, but it's like an eighth or something like that of women who actually press charges, who actually come forward, who actually say something, who openly talk about what happened to them. And when you think about that, you really have to, like, the amount of false accusations are so small compared to the amount of actual victims that are in this world. And I just feel like you just need to catch yourself. Just like, I understand that the first instinct, like, naturally, because of our society, the way that our minds are manipulated and formed, that we have to catch ourselves. You have to catch yourself. Just catch yourself. Just when you start to think those thoughts, go, wait. Backtrack. Just hold on a minute. You know that 7 out of 10 women are raped or sexually abused or verbally abused or violently abused or harassed. When you know that it's 7 out of 10, whether those 7 are coming forward, all of them, that's 70%. And then you also have to think about 70% of women are treated this way, and the world's population is like 55 or 52 or 55% women to 45 or 48% men. There's more women than men in the world, and yet this is still the way our world is built. This is still our instinct. This is still the way we're taught to think. Just try and catch yourself. Just try and think, like, just try.